Hello people, hope all is well. The lunch was lovely, really nice. With a couple of glasses of red wine. It was good, yeah. I'm happy with what I did, what I made. And they're happy, the French, they thought it was really nice. Where did I get the idea from? I'll tell you now where I got the idea of a cauliflower head roasted in cheese sauce, if you like. Um, we had, or we do, we have, or we had, if you like, a friend of the family who's a priest, Father Jack. Um, and, you know, he became a friend of the family. I'll get into that another time. But he used to take myself and my older brother Keith, oddball, off down to see his family down the countryside, down the back arse of nowhere in somewhere in Ireland. We were very young at the time. And when we used to go, and then we'd bring us back to his place, to where the priest would have a maid in the house, and the maid would cook all the dinners. And when we went there for a Sunday dinner, this maid at this time, very old lady, I forget her name, she made a dish. That's the exact dish that she made, and I always thought it was lovely. It's the first time I had it, and I decided to do it today. Normally now I would cut the cauliflower up, I'd steam some broccoli, cut it up, put it in with the cauliflower, put it in a dish, some white sauce and grated cheese, and into the oven with it goes. That's what I would normally do. But I wanted to do the whole head of the cauliflower this time around because of that memory that came back. And yeah, that memory of that priest and stuff. Now, I've loads of stories to tell you and about that priest and loads of memories, and I'll get back to you on about them stories. I need to go with my stories, if you like. There's people that I have to go and see, and I have to say, listen, I want to talk about this time, and I want to talk about this, and I want to make sure they're okay with it, because this is my channel, and my stories are not just me on my own. There's other people in it, so I want to make sure it's okay. And when I do, and then when I get back onto you, I will get back onto you and about stories from before, and with this fella, Jack the priest, and stuff like that. So I will forget. So comment and say, listen, Gary, remember you were telling us that you're going to tell us a story about this and about that. What was the story? So remind me sometimes, okay? And because I do have, I've got a lot of stories, a lot of funny stories, sad stories, good, bad, and up, down, and all around the town stories. But yeah, now let's get back onto the Easter thing. What is Easter? Well, what Easter is, as we all know, what Easter is the Easter weekend. Well, first of all, last Thursday, if you like, or was it Thursday, when Jesus had all his mates around for dinner, or they all went to a Chinese or something, whatever. But it was called the Last Supper, yeah, and that was on the Thursday night. Now, the Last Supper, mind you, I don't understand why the Catholic religion have are so hard up and don't agree with homosexuality. When you think back to Jesus and his 12 friends, apostles, all men, they had decided to go for dinner together. They decided to break bread and drink red wine underneath candle lights. For me, that's a bit gay, you know what I mean? It's just my opinion, that's a bit gay as it is. But that's the way it was, apparently. So Jesus had this meal with his apostles on the Thursday night. And then he told them all, listen, tomorrow I'm going to be crucified, Good Friday. And, the Romans are going to get me, crucify me, and blah, blah, blah. But don't worry about it, he says. I'll be back, give me a couple of days, and I'm coming back. Coming back from the dead, I'll be brand new again. And that's what the Last Supper was all about. Well, on the Thursday, Good Friday was the day that Jesus got crucified, and then a couple of days later, he rose from the dead. I hope I'm me history, I hope I'm right in what I'm saying, but I'm 99% sure. So yeah, that's what Easter Sunday is all about. Now, talking about Easter Sunday and talking about the Catholic religion and stuff like that, I remember, as we're talking about the Catholic religion, I remember when we were kids, and Mum had a box, and in this box was envelopes, and envelopes with the crucifix on it, with a cross on it, if you like. And every Friday, a priest would come around, he'd go around knocking on all the doors in the neighbourhood on a Friday evening, asking for church collection. Now, church collection is, you have to put money into one of these envelopes, give it to him, and it goes to the church. And I don't understand that, because I don't understand why the church would come around to knock poor people's houses, knock on the doors, and ask them for money. Because Mum used to get paid on a Thursday, yeah? So she'd do the shopping, the week shopping on the Thursday. Then she would pay the bills, obviously the bills that she had from the week before. Whatever money she had left, then she would have to organise it for the Friday, the Saturday, Sunday, you know, the milk and the bread on the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, all the way up to the following week, to the following payday. But when the priest used to come around on the Friday evening looking for church collection, Mum hadn't got money to spare, and she would be all stressed out, you know, she'd be stressed, oh, church collection, where, get me purse, and she would take coins out of the purse, you know, she'd maybe take Sunday's milk money or Monday's bread money and put it into the envelope just to give it to the priest, because if you didn't do that, you'd be looked down on, you know, or she was embarrassed not to be able to give the church money. Isn't that terrible? It was like the church frightened me mum, not just me mum, but most people in the neighbourhood. You frightened them into giving the money, because that's what you had to do, because we are the Catholic Church. But let me tell you all, the Vatican Church, the Vatican Bank, is the richest bank in the world. Out of all the banks, the Vatican Bank has more money than anybody else. In the Vatican itself, in Rome, you have a set of stairs, yeah? 14 steps of solid gold. You listen? Solid gold in the Vatican. Now, if the Vatican Church, if the Catholic religion, if they wanted to stop starvation, like that, no problem to them, give enough money. If they wanted to stop homelessness, like that tomorrow, there's no problem, give enough money to do all of that. But no, because they don't gain anything from that, you know. Money talks, and money makes the world go round, yeah. Money makes religion, money makes politics, money. And I think, I don't roll with that. It's not my thing. I think it's disgraceful. When I remember that Mum stressed out so much just to put a couple of coins or a couple of pence into these envelopes on a Friday night to make sure the priest had his church collection. It's just, no, that's not in my book. That's why religion to me is not in my book. It's not my thing. And I'll get onto that another time again about religion, because I was married to a Muslim girl, and my daughter's mother, you know, her parents, they came from the north of Ireland, Protestant and Catholic, and they had to move down because of religion. And these are the most beautiful people you can meet. So yeah, that's my little rant for Easter Monday, if you like. I hope you all had a good Easter Monday. Yeah, the Last Supper, yeah. 13 men, you know, Jesus and 12 blokes. Yeah, big gay for me, if you like. But that's just the way it is. I love you all. I hope you all had, like I said, a good Easter Monday. I'm going to finish my glass of wine, and I'll get back on to you very soon, alright? Take care.